Welcome. Today we're talking about the invisible forces that can make or break a business. We're essentially building a map, a navigator's guide for the complex world of marketing. So let's dive right in. So have you ever wondered this? You see a company that's absolutely crushing it. They're everywhere. And then, almost overnight, poof, they're gone. Is that just a run of bad luck? Or is there something bigger going on right under the surface? Well, here's the thing. The secret really isn't luck. It's all about having the right map. See, the companies that really succeed, they aren't just guessing. They're actively navigating. And you can't do that without a map to show you what's ahead. And that map is what we call the marketing environment. And it's everything, and I mean everything, both inside and outside a company, that affects its ability to connect with customers. It's the entire universe a business lives and breathes in. Okay, so to make this map a little easier to read, we can split it into two different but totally connected worlds. Think of it like this. You've got your immediate neighborhood, that's the micro environment, and then you've got the wider world, the macro environment. Your neighborhood is who you interact with every single day. The wider world, well, that sets the weather for everybody. So in your immediate neighborhood, you've got all the players you deal with day in and day out. It starts with the company itself, all the different departments working together. Then you have your suppliers, the folks providing your resources. You've got marketing intermediaries, like retailers who help you sell your stuff. Of course, there are competitors trying to win over the same customers. And the most important piece of the puzzle, your customers. Even Publix, think media or community groups, are in this neighborhood. These are all the folks you can actually see and talk to. But here's the catch. Just managing your own little neighborhood, it's not enough. Not even close. The real game changers, the biggest opportunities, and the scariest threats, they almost always come from forces way outside your local bubble. To really thrive, you have to understand the big picture. So how do we do that? Well, the best tool we have for mapping that wider world is a great little framework called Pestle. It's basically our way of reading those large-scale weather patterns that affect every single business out there. All right, let's break it down. First up, the P is for political legal. This is all about the laws, government policies, and regulations that basically set the rules of the game for businesses. A perfect example of this, think about when a city bans single-use plastic bags. Suddenly, every single retail business has to completely change its packaging strategy. It's not a choice, It's a new rule, and you've got to play by it. Next up in Pestle is E for economic. This is all about the financial climate. We're talking about things like consumer income, inflation, employment rates, basically anything that affects people's wallets and how willing they are to spend their money. And you can really see the impact right here. During a recession, when money's tight for everyone, look what happens. Spending on those premium, high-end brands takes a nosedive. Meanwhile, the more value-focused, low-cost brands just skyrocket. That is a massive shift, and businesses that don't adapt get left in the dust. Then we've got S for social cultural. This one is all about a society's values, its beliefs, lifestyles, and trends. It's really the fabric of how people live and what they care about most. I mean, just think about the huge shift toward health and wellness we've seen. That one cultural trend created enormous new markets for everything from gyms and fitness apps to organic food and athleisure wear. T stands for technological, and wow, this one moves at lightning speed. Technology is a powerful force that creates new products and markets, but it can also make others totally obsolete seemingly overnight. Just look at AI chatbots. A few years ago, this was new and kind of cool. Now, it has completely changed what we all expect from customer service. We expect instant answers, 24/7. That's a massive shift in our expectations, and it's all driven by technology. And the final E in our Pestle map stands for environmental. This is about the natural world around us, our resources, concerns about climate, and the growing demand for sustainability from businesses. And this is a perfect example. As more and more of us become concerned about climate change, there's a huge pressure on companies to adopt sustainable practices, like using eco-friendly packaging. It's becoming both an ethical and a business must-do. Okay? So, you've mapped the environment with Pestle, you've gathered all this great insight. The big question is, what do you actually do with it? This is where all that insight gets turned into real strategy. It's really a simple but powerful three-step process. First, you're always scanning the horizon, just watching for changes.
Second, you analyze those changes to spot potential opportunities you can grab and threats you need to avoid. Then third, this is the most important part, you act proactively. You make your move before you have to.
And that's the huge difference here, being passive versus being proactive. The passive company just waits around and only reacts after the changes have already hit. But the proactive company, they're looking ahead. They anticipate the changes and prepare for them long before they happen. And this way of thinking isn't just for big corporations. It's a mindset that applies to anyone in any situation. It's really just about understanding the currents that are moving all around you. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What are the pestle forces shaping your world right now? Your career, your industry, even just your daily life? Because once you can see the map, you can start charting your own course.